You know what's so frustrating is when you become awake, you be in a world full of people who don't get it. And it ain't that you're trying to force yourself. I mean, it ain't that you're trying to force your awakeness on the people. But what you're just trying to do is you're trying to penetrate their mind to make them think. And it's just absolutely frustrating, man, because when you see stuff for what it is for real, you just can't unsee it, man. And it's been very frustrating for me, man, for many, many, many years. Um, not that at the cost of me being awake, because of course I'm awake and I do know what I know, right? But you're surrounded by people who just don't get it, and when you become awakened, it's not something that can be taught. You have to literally see it for what it really is. You have to use that component in your brain, right, to open it up to see what is see it for what it really is, basically. And once you're able to open up your brain like that and don't be so closed off, you'll be able to see stuff for what it really is. And for me, I've seen it, and I've came to the decision, man, that I just have to get around people that think like I do, because to mix with people who just don't get it like that is just very frustrating, man. It's like you on one frequency, now on another, and because they don't open, you can see basically when you're talking to them, you can see how the conversation is going, how things are going to turn out. You just know that it's not going to end well, right? And another thing that's frustrating too is just bringing your frequency down to their level, because you know for a fact that they don't get it, and they're not trying to get it, because the moment that they're not trying to get it, they'll deflect on you, and they would use so much terminology on you to make you feel like that what you thinking in your mind is wrong, and that you need to conform, right? Oh, like basically like, oh, if I got to do this, you got to do it too, type stuff, right? And that could be anything. You know what I'm saying? And it's tough, man. It's tough because I have compassion. I have a real big heart, and I care for people. I care for humanity. But I don't. The thing is, this life that we're in, it preaches individualism, it preaches capitalism in such a way where you feel like, well, hey, you just gotta leave them where they at, right? And I do feel like that based on what I was taught, right? But what good does it do for me when I feel like this? So it isn't no fault of my own for leaving these people right where they at, because these people want to be left where they at. They simply want to be left where they at, and so uh, it hurts me to death to feel like this, right? Uh, and that's just how life is. You hit with you hit with these components to make you feel the way you feel, and I wish sometimes that I could just shut it off, but I wouldn't be a human being if I didn't feel the way I felt, you know, and it's like for me, it's like frustration, like major frustration, because you want these people to get it, because when we're together, we're stronger. You know, when people are out here preaching individualism, I feel like that pulls the source of your energy back. Because you know you feel like you're in the world alone by yourself, right? And you're not in the world by yourself. You're sharing the world with people, and although people are very evil, right? They're very evil from what they've been taught. No fault of their own because they've been programmed this way, right? But you have to face reality for what it is, and the reality of it is that these people are so heavily programmed that it's almost like there's no hope for them because they're comfortable. They want to stay in the phase they're in, and sometimes I think for myself, like, I'll be thinking, having these thoughts in my mind, like, I wish I would just stayed back. I wish I just reverted back to how these people feel, right? Because if I did, then maybe I would have these thoughts in my brain. But you know, to me, thinking the way I think is a superpower that most people don't think that you have. Me having a superpower supersedes anything on this planet. Knowledge and health is the biggest superpowers to me. You know, and when you have those two, you know, you're stronger than ever, man. And for me, I'm going to get better because obviously I'm not at full capacity with my health, but um, I'm going to get healthier. I'm going to get healthier, and I'm going to continue to keep pushing out this content for you guys. And just live my life and be happy because I am happy. I'm happy. I still could be happy on this planet, but the thing is that I'm surrounded around bullshit. So when you're surrounded by bullshit, it's like, damn, man, um, you can't unsee it because it's people. Like, the things that's going on in life, the people, man. Like, people are so crazy. They off their rocker, man. They doing any and everything, man. And I've seen some crazy times, y'all. But this is by far the craziest. And I've had people in the comments telling me that we're in end times. That people should have known this is coming. And that we should have prepared ourselves. But think about it. We wasn't taught to prepare. We were taught to conform. And when you're taught to conform, how could you be prepared? You got to really step outside of the box to think for yourself. Which is a free thinker like myself. And that's a challenge within itself because you was never taught the free thinker way. You know, and you feel like the other way that you've been taught is just normal, and it's not. But you know, having a mind frame that you have, if you're a free thinker out there, you're not wrong for what you feel, y'all. You know, stay in your truth. And for me, you know, although I battle with this every day, I'm not going off of the rocker about my free thinking because it's a superpower of mine that I love to hold. I love and I'm glad to hold, basically, because I can see. Like, I wish some of you people out there who want to deflect, who want to use negativity against me in my videos. Um, if you could just take out the time to sit and think for yourself, and you see when you look at somebody or you see things that's going on, you can really see past the bullshit, man. And when you can, you have so much clarity, right? And although you're curious as to why this is going on, it's almost like it's meant to happen. Um, and for me, I can see stuff just so clear, man. Like, it's hard to explain, man, but I can see it. I can really, really see it. And it's like, damn, JP, even though I knew it, like I said, I mentioned this in a few of my videos that I've known this stuff back then. I just wasn't fully awake, because I've always talked about this stuff, in my mind to certain people, and then had it in my mind. But now that I know what I know now, it's like, damn, man. And then when you People think when you're awake that you can't be happy. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, you still can't be happy. It's just that a lot of stuff that's fed to you what is not a traditional way to live, right? And when you know what you just know what you know. And so, yeah, I'm going to surround myself with people like that, man, because for one, it gives me clarity to know for a fact that I'm not alone in this world with these thoughts. And for the people out there that I don't know in YouTube land that support my videos and appreciate me put out this content, I appreciate you so much. You know, I appreciate your free thinking. I appreciate you giving your great insights on different things that's going on in the world. I appreciate that so much. You know, I've always had this clarity within myself, but when I'm on a platform like this to talk about the different things that go on in my mind, it gives me extra clarity. So for that, I appreciate you guys. But yeah, I had to get this out, man. I had to just talk about it because, you know, it trips me out, man. It just trips me out because, you know, when y'all look at me in my videos, you're like, damn, why you look so serious? Why you this and why you that? Right? I do that because I know what I know. And living in a world surrounded by noise and people that's telling you that you this and you that, I ain't gonna lie, it kind of weighs you down, right? If you're not strong minded. But, I'm strong minded, you know, and I'm gonna keep pushing them regardless of what people say. It's just, um, it's just a lot of people who just clueless. They're very clueless and they don't get it, man. And I think what's happening in this world is forcing people to come together in a way that they never have. So people who's angry and frustrated, like, oh man, I can do this on my own, I can do that. You're going to be forced to come together or either die alone. And hey, there's going to be some people out there who's going to be happy to die alone, right? And that's due to my bad, y'all. My phone got too hot outside because it's real hot where I'm at, and my phone shut off. So I'm gonna continue on with the video. But as I was saying, that those people that's going to die alone, they're going to be happy to die alone based off the conditioning, right? Because most people is going to live out their life under this conditioning, and it's so sad because people don't know any better, and they don't want to open up their minds. And for that, you know, I'm very sad because they don't need to be left behind. But because of the mindset that they have, it's no hope for them, man. It's no hope for them, and the only thing I can do is I can hope for the best for humanity, and for us to be able to right this ship, and for us to come together in some way, shape, or form before we all before our time is over on this planet. We need to come together, man. And I was looking at a video last night from Malcolm X because I used to listen to him all the time, but now because I'm more awakened to what's happening out here and how the world is, his messages hit me even harder, man, because he's been preaching this stuff since the '60s. And but the thing with what he was doing it because obviously, he was a Muslim, and Elijah Muhammad, the prime minister that he was up under was teaching him these teaching him, this way, and right, you know what I'm saying, and because he was teaching him this way, he was teaching him some truth, pure, raw, undeniable truth, man, that he has taken up under his wing until he passed away. And it's unfortunate out here because Too much truth to get you killed, man. But it's either that or you stand for what you believe in. I mean, it's either that or you fall under the lie, right? You fall under the lie and you continue on with your life with doing what you're doing, you know. And most people are comfortable with that, but I'm not comfortable with that. You know, will I be another statistic underneath this umbrella of truth? Maybe so. Who knows, man? But all I know is that I want to go out in a blaze of glory, knowing that for a fact that I want to be able to have the mind that I have and work towards what I'm working towards, right? Regardless if I'm falling down and I'm getting back up, I'm fighting for it. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of all the noise, you know, I'm going to stand in my truth, raw, unfiltered, uncut. You know, and if I gotta, like I said, if that's the way it's going to be, so be it. So be it. You know, at least I'll be happy knowing that I did that. You know. Uh, but yeah, I'm going to continue to just keep, surrounding myself with people like this because, again, many strong minds are better than one. You know, because again, if we come together, we're much, much stronger. And I don't think the system wants that at all. They want to keep us in this particular mind frame that we're in and continuously being in. As long as we have divide and conquer and no unity, they will keep succeeding. And I want to be able to see it. If I could just see it firsthand, knowing that this system is crumbling, man, it'll open up so many doors for people who's never been able to open up their minds to see something different. I want to see it happen, man. I want to see it happen in real time. But unfortunately, with a lot of us, I don't think we're gonna have that. I just think it's gonna be with a small collective group of people that put their heads together and live their lives in such a way where they can pull themselves away from the noise. And I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of that in so many ways. I do. Because, again, to always have this mind frame and to think this way, and just now, if it just coming full circle to me, not in 2025, but I'm saying full circle, I say about maybe 4 years ago. But now, just from that point on, all the way up to now, man, it's wild, man. It's really, really wild. So, that's it. That's all I got for this video. If you like the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the push notifications so you won't ever miss a video whenever I drop it. Because YouTube sometimes controls what gets pushed out and what doesn't. So if you don't get the notification, come back and check frequently to see if I drop a video or not. And with that being said, you guys, until the next video, peace and love to everybody out there. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out.